Hi, fight fans, and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're all doing well. So, after much speculation, the proposed fight between Dillian Whyte and Moses Atauma has now been confirmed for Saturday, the 16th of August. The fight is going to take place over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And I guess this fight will be summed up as the typical prospects acid test versus a veteran's last stand. I think that's probably the way I would sum this up. Moses Atama, let's be honest, he's a prodigious talent, considered by many in the game, including myself, to be boxing's brightest and biggest prospect. Yet to lose a fight, amateur or pro, outstanding talent. Currently with a professional record of 12 fights, 12 wins, 10 knockouts. Looks to be an absolute cert as a future world champion. He's taking on Dillian Whyte, as I said before. Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher, former two-time British champion, perennial heavyweight contender. He's now 37 years old. He's had 33 fights, 30 wins, 20 by knockout, 3 losses. Those are to Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Alexander Povetkin, which he avenged. I would say that Dillian has some very good wins on his record. I mean, I spoke about the Povetkin rematch that he beat him in. He's also beaten Derek Chisora twice. He's beaten Joseph Parker. He's beaten Oscar Rivas, Jermaine Franklin, Robert Elanius, Lucas Brown. So he's got some good wins there. But I think it's fair to say, if you've been watching Dillian over a long period of time, which I have done, it's fair to say that Dillian is now way past his best. I think his days at the top are over. Some people are saying he's shot. I don't know, but he's definitely not what he was. I mean, I saw his last fight against Ghana's Ebenezer Tete. He was just a journeyman heavyweight. And I've got to be honest, man, Dillian looked terrible in that fight. He really did. He laboured to a very unimpressive win. And it's interesting because Fraser Clark is on the comeback trail. Remember, Fraser Clark got done in around by Fabio Wardley in their rematch. He selected Ebenezer Tete for his first fight back. And he got rid of Ebenezer Tete within a round. So, Dillian struggling to look good against Ebenezer Tete is not a good look. So I would say that the last time I saw Dillian Whyte look good in a ring was when he fought Povetkin in the rematch. And that was 4 years ago now. That was back in 2021. So it's a little while since Dillian's looked impressive. And many people are surprised that Dillian is going to take this fight with Moses Itauma. And I've got to say, I'm one of them. I'm wondering, is this a pension plan fight for Dillian Whyte? Is this his 401k? Because I am surprised he's taking this fight. Listen, I know Dillian's a warrior. You can never say anything less than that about him. The man's a stone cold warrior, loves to fight, as he tells himself. He likes to talk about maximum violence and stuff like that. And sometimes when fighters, talk that type of thing, you get the impression that there's a little bit of cap going on there. They're not really all about that life. But with Dillian, he definitely is. He loves a fight. The man was a kickboxer before that. Before that, he was in the streets deep. So listen, when Dillian talks like that, he is about that life. However, man, everybody has a shelf life, especially in boxing. It's predominantly a young man's sport. Dillian is 37 years old now. He's getting on, and he's starting to show his age. I would have thought that there's more winnable fights out there for Dillian, to be honest, if he wanted to pursue his career. A third fight with Derek Chisora seems an obvious one. A possible rematch of AJ, possible rematch with Joseph Parker, who he beat before. There's the Deontay Wilder fight. We all know that Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder go back a long way. They've had a long-standing grudge. They're both not at their best, to say the least. So that fight would have made sense. Lawrence Okoli, he's been calling out Dillian Whyte recently. Lawrence Okoli, former cruiserweight champion and bridgerweight champion, moved up to heavyweight, trying to make some noise at heavyweight. He's called out Dillian Whyte for a domestic dust-up. I think those two have got beef as well. I mean, Dillian's got beef with a lot of people. But yeah, instead of all those guys, Dillian shot straight for what many people see is the best young prospect in boxing, a guy who seems destined for the top. So yeah, I was wondering why Dillian will be motivated to take this fight. I mean, is it the inactivity? I mean, Dillian's not fought for a while. I mean, I know he wants to get back in the ring sooner rather than later. So maybe this fight being presented to him, he's thought, right, you know, I've not boxed in a while. Let me get back in there. I mean, I know he was actively seeking to get on the Fabio Wardley versus Justice Huni undercard. He was slated to have been on that fight as the chief support. That didn't materialize. I don't know exactly why that was the case. Is it the money? I mean, I would imagine that Dillian is getting very good money for this fight. So it's probably a lucrative amount of money that he couldn't turn down. Listen, Dillian manages himself. And so the story goes, he's a keen negotiator that loves money. So, yeah, maybe that's the reason. But yeah, it's an interesting fight. I mean, listen, it's certainly going to take the attention of the boxing world. But listen, whatever the motivation, this is going to be a very, very difficult task for Dillian Whyte. In fact, in my humble opinion, I don't think it could get more difficult. I mean, Moses Itauma is an absolute phenom. He looks unstoppable at the moment, I've got to say. So, you know, when you consider it, you think, is Dillian Whyte cashing out his career? Maybe he genuinely believes he can win the fight. I don't know. I mean, Dillian Whyte, he's wily, he's experienced, he's tough. We know he can punch, especially with the left hook. Maybe he thinks he can tough out the early rounds and come on strong. And let's be honest, I mean, I'm going to say this. There has been some questions raised in recent weeks about Moses Itauma's chin, most notably by Billy Nelson, who is the coach of Martin McCauley, aka the last king of sparring. They had some back and forth, the two camps, Itauma and McCauley, at which point Billy Nelson gave an interview to one of the social media interviewers, and he said that there were question marks, or I'm paraphrasing, but he appeared to be suggesting that Moses Itauma's chin could be his weak point. But listen, I've got to say, in his fights that he's had so far, I've not seen any evidence of that. Although, to be fair, also, I don't think no one's really hit Moses Itauma on the chin for us to know. And it's got to be said as well, listen, it's heavyweight boxing, man. These guys are, you know, all big guys, upwards of 15, 16, 17, 18 stone plus. And when they're in the ring, these are big, strong, powerful men. And their hands are wrapped in 10-ounce gloves. And when they hit each other clean, anything can happen. And I think that's why heavyweight boxing is so exciting. It's so popular with fans, because more than any other weight class, anything can happen in heavyweight boxing. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I won't be doing a prediction now. I mean, the fight is still over 2 months away. But yeah, I am looking forward to the fight. And we'll wait and see what happens. Also, I've got to say that there are some very good fights on the undercard. The WBA featherweight champion, Nick Ball from Liverpool, he'll be making, I think it's the third defense of his title against an unbeaten Australian, Sam Goodman. There's also an intriguing heavyweight clash between Croatia's Filip Ergovic, last seen out beating Joe Joyce. He's taking on David Adelaide, British champion. And Northern Ireland's Anthony Kakache. Anthony Apache Kakache, he'll be taking on America's Ray Ford in a junior lightweight clash. So yeah, that's a very good card. Another very good card put together by Turki Al Sheikh, the man that's turned the fortunes of boxing around. And so yeah, looking forward to that. Should be a really good card. Another card that establishes boxing's reputation as the #1 combat sport in the world, in my opinion. But anyway, that's all for me. Thanks so much for watching the video. Really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.